I brought them up in the beginning. They aren't.
I'd like to call the Livingston County Board meeting of Thursday, February 13th to order at 6 p.m. We'll start off with the invocation by Pastor Jan Ambrose, please.
Let us bow our heads in prayer. In Psalms 34, 1 through 3, David writes, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make her boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. O magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. We thank you, Father God, that you show us your way in all things. We thank you that you have ordained civil law and set it according to your divine order. Clearly light your way tonight for our faithful board of directors and bless them to carry out your plan. In Jesus' name, your son's mighty name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Pastor Ambrose. We'll now have a pledge of allegiance led by Gerald Ehring.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could I have a roll call, please, Christy?
Manker.
Present.
Herring.
Here.
Fair.
Present.
Bannon.
Present.
Lovell.
Present.
Rodriguez.
Here.
Vietti.
Here.
Haig.
Here.
Monson.
Present.
Mays.
Here.
Berkman.
Here.
Ambrose.
Here.
Blackard.
Here.
Myers.
Here.
Welch. Carly.
Present.
Weller. Ritter.
Present.
Thank you, Christy. We have the agenda before us. I will take a motion to approve in a second.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Fannin, second by Manker. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. We'll ask for approval of the minutes. You should have those.
Moved.
Moved by Ritter, second by Ehring. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. No presentations, no appearances. Consent agenda. Before we go into the consent agenda, I'd like Jerry McCarty to come forward. He's going to be up for Zoning Board of Appeals, and I'd like him to introduce himself and tell us a little bit about him. And if you have any questions, you can ask him. So you can turn that mic on or come up here if you'd like.
Good evening. My name is Jerry McCarty from Forest, Illinois. I've been around the county my whole life in Forest. I've been on the volunteer fire department 44 years, still on it. Do a lot of other stuff around the county. Pontiac, I helped with mutual aid, teaching fire school for quite a few years, and that's about it. I run crane trucking from Forest for 25 years in June, so.
Well, thank you, Jerry. Does anybody have any questions for Jerry? Okay, in that case, thank you. And
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Off the hook.
Off the hook?
Off the hook.
Oh, I don't know, I've been around 44 years, it's not that easy.
Thanks, Jerry. Okay, so we have three things under consent agenda. We have approval of bills. We have appointments of Dee Woodburn to the Regional Planning Commission. That's basically a reappointment. We have Jerry McCarty to the Zoning Board. That'll be a new appointment. And we have acceptance of the decennial reports from the Gridley Fire Protection District and the Moyer District Library. So, we need a motion? Motion by Manker.
What are we motioning?
Consent
Approval.
agenda.
For all of the consent agenda?
Yes.
I would like to split up the RPC appointment and the ZBA appointment, please.
Do the appointments and then.
Then we have a motion on the floor.
Right.
So,
Who made the motion?
I did.
Would you like to change it?
So
I'd like to change it.
that will be for approval of the bills and acceptance of the decennial reports then. Can we do that? No, we can't?
So the motion was to approve the consent agenda, correct?
Right.
So generally speaking, when you want something removed from the consent agenda, you ask for that under approval of the agenda, and you ask for it to be removed from the consent agenda.
Because the
So,
consent
but at
agenda
this point,
is-
you already have a motion on the floor.
So I guess
It's
we
not
can't,
debatable.
so we can't separate it out at this point. What?
When it was moved and seconded to put them together, it wasn't approved yet, was it?
We haven't voted.
We haven't voted.
We're gonna single vote?
No. It's too late to do it, she's saying. We had to separate it out before. So the consent agenda is gonna be A, B, and C all at once.
Discussion.
So, we have a motion by Manker. Who's the second?
Peg.
Haig. Okay, any discussion?
You can't discuss
Gotta vote.
consent agenda.
Okay.
It's non-discussable.
All right, I wasn't aware of that. I apologize.
No.
So we'll have a roll call vote.
For the whole consent agenda.
Yes.
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 Manker,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Fair,
No.
Fannin,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
No.
Vieti,
Yeah.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Berkman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
No.
Blackard,
Yes.
Myers,
No.
Welch, Carly,
Yes.
Weller,
Yes.
Ritter,
Yes.
13 ayes and 4 nays.
Okay, motion carries. We'll move to the action agenda, committee reports. We'll start with Finance Committee, Marty Fannin, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have a few items tonight. We've got the Circuit Clerk Semi-Annual Report. Any questions? Motion by Ehring. Second by Ritter. And roll call.
Manker,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Fannin,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti,
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Berkman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller, Ritter,
Yes.
Okay. We have a resolution, end of the year transfer. Diane's here if you have any questions. It's 82,500. It was moving, I believe it was some things with maintenance and I think there was something else, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I think most of it was maintenance though. Entertain a motion to approve the resolution. Motion by Ritter, second by Ronson. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Manker,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti.
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Barrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller, Ritter.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have a resolution authorizing a STEP grant for $35,000. This is a grant that they received before. Basically, it's, we recoup any personnel costs and any residual costs that are associated with the projects that are done within the Sheriff's Department, revolving around Memorial Day, Labor Day, and 4th of July, and then some other programs that they might have going on, not to be too specific. Motion by Ehring, second by Lovell.
Yep.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Maker,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti.
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Barrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Welch, Carly,
Yes.
Weller, Ritter.
Yes.
And Mr. Chairman, I believe that's all I have for you tonight.
Thank you, Chairman Fannin, I appreciate that. We'll move to Ag and Zoning Committee, Mike Hague, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Agriculture and Zoning Committee met Monday, February 3rd, and the meeting was continued to tonight at 5:30. The first resolution we have is brought by Livingston County Farm Bureau in support of the Livingston County Agriculture. You should see it all in your packet. I think we've done this several times. They said the first time we did it, we were one of 14 counties, and now I think we're like one of 90, or 59 counties, okay.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Haig.
Okay,
Second by Aaron.
second by Aaron.
Voice vote.
All those in favor?
Is there any discussion?
Is there any discussion?
Yes, I have some.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, since my husband and I farm, and we belong to the Farm Bureau, and I have constituents who are farmers, they may find my vote on this resolution surprising. I'm not supporting it because I feel it's a meaningless resolution by the board, because by our actions, we don't support agriculture, and we're not preserving prime farm ground. In addition, the Farm Bureau can't even say, by policies, that they support preserving prime farm ground. This resolution lists how important agricultural farm ground is and the production of food is to this county. The Farm Bureau is trying to straddle the fence and keep all landowners happy, even those who want to turn their prime farm ground into industrial complexes. As they say, when you can't decide what you stand for nothing.
Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed?
Nay.
Okay, motion passes. Next resolution is case SU 14-23, USS Man Solo Decommissioning Agreement. And we met on this and now have an agreement with them. We would like a motion to approve it. They're debating on what the best way to take the money in for the decommissioning is, and we're gonna let that get decided afterwards. So I'd like a motion with that in there.
Pending final attorney review and approval.
Yes.
You need a motion, Mr. Haig?
Motion by Mr. Ritter,
Second by Aaron.
second by Aaron. Any discussion?
I do have a question. We do have the attorney here tonight. Not to put you on the spot, Mr. Regner, but the question in committee was the difference between a letter of irrevocable credit and a bond, and why we would prefer one over the other.
So this is in relation to the wind farm and solar farms?
The decommissioning agreement
Okay.
for solar.
Our ordinance doesn't have a preference between those two. I don't think we would have a legal right to demand one or the other in the first place. They both offer financial assurances to the county. There's unique provisions and ways they might interact down the line, but either way, the county ordinance, which deals with financial assurances, gives examples of the different
It doesn't say
instruments
one
that-
specific, it gives examples of what we would accept, correct?
It gives examples of the different instruments that could offer financial assurances in both an irrevocable letter of credit and different types of bond are to be considered. And going back to everybody's favorite citing law, the 4412, it does talk about financial assurances, and we can't as a county be more restrictive in demanding our financial assurances than the Department of Agriculture was in their agreement, their impact mitigation agreement, which talks about bonds as well. So either one of them would operate to provide financial assurance to the county, and that's all we could demand on those applications or for decommissions, either one.
We can give a preference, correct?
You can give a preference.
Yeah, when we, in discussion with the company, we can say we would prefer this, correct?
I suppose that conversation could occur. It couldn't be a basis for denial on a
No.
decommission plan. It
Right.
couldn't be a basis for denial on an application. But if that's a conversation, and you all thought that there would be a preferable instrument to protect the county's interests, then you could do so.
So what I'm hearing is that we have the conjunction of or in there and have them both there. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I hear the question as, what can the county demand as financial assurances? And the applicant, the developer, can do a bond or irrevocable
That's or.
letter of credit. Either one would suffice what we can demand of them.
So
financial
then what
assurance.
we want in there are both of those with an or.
They're
This
already-
or
they're
that,
in there.
right?
They're already in there.
They're already in there.
Correct. So
Yeah, that's
the
true.
legal advice that you've given us is have them both in there and we're done.
Yeah, and that's what
Okay.
you've done. That is how it's
Perfect.
reading right now. So, Gerald?
Yeah, the thing I've got to ask about a bond. So, okay, we've got a company that's in business right now. They're going along really good. All of a sudden, everything falls apart. So they get decommissioned. They're not up to their contract done. That bond, if that's not the full specs, do we only get part of that bond because the bond is?
If it's 20-year bond,
Yeah.
then at 15 years, when we want to, let's say something happens and we need to decommission and we need to access that cash, is there a penalty at 15 years versus the 20 years?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? No?
Bond is good for 100% of the proceeds upfront at day one.
Okay,
Okay.
For the length of the project until completion.
okay.
There's minor differences between them, but they both operate the same way to provide assurances to the county.
That was the answer I was looking
Yeah.
for. Okay.
And I don't think that we can demand any one or the other, but, I mean, if you wanted to have a conversation for preference.
No. I think we're okay.
Gina?
Actually, according to the section 1.2 financial assurance on the decommissioning agreement, it says, the financial assurances shall take the form of an irrevocable letter of credit from a creditworthy party. Company shall file with the county clerk the financial reassurance. Doesn't say anything about bond.
That's because that's what we were, that's the direction we were looking at, but it was still in red. That's why it had to be decided. That's the part that we were trying to decide.
So this is the,
That is
but we
not-
already proved it.
That is not our ordinance.
Based on what he said.
That is,
No, that wouldn't be our ordinance.
It is a suggestion.
that was what we were still debating on in committee is, and we were gonna let him decide on that, how we wrote that last word in there.
Okay, so the agreement, Gina, is, it's just that. So normally, when you guys approve a decommissioning plan, the developer gives you their estimate on what those decommissioning
Right.
costs are, and then you basically approve just that. This is us formalizing,
But it's not in red.
it's highlighted.
It's highlighted as well.
Yep, because it was for discussion at the Ag and Zoning Committee, and so they've
Okay,
continued
so it is
that
not
discussion
set in
here.
stone yet.
It's not, that's why it was pending final attorney review and
And are we
approval.
have we voted on that today?
We're getting ready to, there's a motion already on the floor.
I see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Fanning, are you good?
I'm good, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the clarification.
Thank you, Mike.
Dan?
Does this language deviate from a standard agreement?
This is the first agreement we've actually done, a formal agreement. This is the first time, but we are going to start making formal agreements when we do these plans. This is our first one.
I mean, it's been going on statewide though, isn't there some kind of standard wording? Sorry.
I don't know if there's,
If somebody introduced words to it, I'd be suspicious. I'd be skeptical. Because if they introduce.
no, it's not a standard. That is one that was drawn up this week. And we put that in there, but that was still one discussion point that needed to be edited and finalized tonight. And
Yeah, the agreement itself is not presented by the developer. The agreement is something that we've been working with Andy Kite from Heil Royster on behalf of the county for quite some time.
So they have not seen this? The company has not seen
The
this?
company has not seen this, no.
Okay. Thank you.
Who made the motion?
Ritter,
Okay.
Ritter and Aaron.
is there any other discussion?
Call the question.
Can we
Do,
get a,
the question is, do we want this agreement to reflect what the attorney just said, that it would be either or?
that was the way the motion was wrote.
Oh, that's the way you said, okay.
Yeah.
I apologize, I missed that. I thought we were
Good.
going this. Good, okay.
Roll call, please.
Manker,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Fair,
Present.
Fannin,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti,
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Bergman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Myers,
Present.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller,
Yes.
Ritter,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
you had 2 presents, 1 absent, and that would be 15 ayes.
Okay, motion passes. Item C, it's our annual proposal from Deegan and Associates for environmental manager services.
Move to approve.
Go with it.
So this one, there were some minor changes in this agreement too. Reference to the addendum is to be
Just
removed.
scratched one word.
Right, so if you can approve this pending final attorney review and approval, we don't have an updated agreement yet, but that's the only change.
Okay, I changed my motion to move to approve pending final attorney
Review and approval.
review and approval.
Thank you.
Okay, motion by Blackard. Have a second?
Second by Aaron.
Second by Aaron. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Manker,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Fannin,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti,
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Bergman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller, Ritter.
Yes. Okay, item D, it's a resolution requesting a text amendment to the youth camp ordinance. We're trying to get in place a youth camp ordinance, and we are using the state's ordinance with just a few changes or of our own. The committee made some decisions on some setbacks and stuff that we put in there. That's all in there now, so if I could get a motion to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Fannin?
Linda,
Oh, Ambrose, or Fannin and Ambrose?
any discussion on this? Roll call, please.
Maker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Fannin,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti,
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Barrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Placard,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller, Ritter.
Yes.
Okay, I believe that is it, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Haig. We'll now move to Highway Committee, Steve Lovell, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We've just got a few items. Clay's here tonight. We had letting results for the year from January 30th, and then we had the quarterly report, and that was the results of our meeting. So if anybody's got any questions, because that's all in the packet, Clay's there to answer them. And he's smiling.
Go through each of these items one by one, price, if that's okay.
No, Clay, no.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to move to approve both A and B.
I'll second that.
Any questions? Okay.
Who seconded?
Linda.
We'll have a roll call vote on them items.
Maker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Fannin,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti, Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Barrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Placard,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller, Ritter.
Yes.
And with that, that concludes my report for the evening.
Thank you, Chairman Lovell. We'll now move to Sheriff, Jail, and License Committee, Bob Weller, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This report should be as brief as Mr. Lovell's, I believe. We had the sheriff's annual report was presented. That was in your packet. And he gave the regular monthly reports and the jail report. Most of our discussion time centered around the STEP grant, but Mr. Fannin has ably covered that situation and that subject already, and it has approved. So unless the sheriff wants to pop out and say a few words, which he's in conference right now, it looks like, that concludes my report.
I'll make a motion to approve the sheriff's annual report.
Second.
Who's second?
Fannin.
Maker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Fannin,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti,
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Barrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Placard,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller, Ritter.
Yes.
Yeah, and it does strike me when she's bringing in her personal bag with paper, like, do other people.
Does that conclude your report?
Violations, and
Yes.
what would you do for other people?
Yes.
But
Thank you. Okay,
I don't
we'll move to Rules, Legislation, Veterans, and Community Services. Jack Vieti, Chair.
Thank you, Chairman. Under A, we have an intergovernmental agreement between Livingston, Ford, and Erie County for the provision for public transportation. I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
What about-
Any further discussion?
What about,
Roll call, please.
Maker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Fannin,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti,
Yes.
Haig,
but I
Yes.
feel like that's a bad
Monson,
look.
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Barrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Even if-
Yes.
but it adds to the-
Placard,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller,
Yes.
and Ritter.
Yes.
Okay, under B, resolution authorizing vice chair to act as a temporary chair when our chairman is, I guess,
That's assuming what you did.
gonna be gone for a few days. Gonna be down taking batting practice with the Cardinals, I think, and they're gonna need the help. Okay, I will make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Manker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Fannin,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Piety,
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Barrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackford,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller, and Ritter.
Yes.
Thank you, and that concludes my report, Chairman, and thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Vietti. We'll now move to the Property Committee. Gerald Ehring, Chair.
We have one action item today. We met last week. We had a little bid accepted for Slagle installation for the drive-through facility. And I need a motion to approve by Haig, by Munson. Any discussion? Becca?
Chairman Ehring, is the restroom out there already insulated spray foam?
Yes.
And has it been inspected by the Pontiac Building Inspector?
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Manker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Fair,
No.
Fannin,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Piety,
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Present.
Accurate each time.
Barrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Present.
Okay.
Blackford,
Yes.
Myers,
No.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller, Ritter,
Yes.
13 ayes, 2 nays, and 2 present.
Passes?
Yep.
That's all I had to report, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Ehring. We'll move to Information and Technology Committee. Gina Manker, Chair.
Okay.
I'm going to give this over to Bill Mays since I was absent from that meeting.
Okay, we finally had our IT meeting on Wednesday, February 5th, and our discussion involved the audio equipment that runs both this room and the committee room in there. It seems the mixer is going bad, and they wanted almost $15,000 for just that. Because of the age of it, we're thinking of replacing the other one above it. That was $23,500 for 2 of those. We all agreed on it, and we sent it to finance, who just before this meeting approved the cost of $23,500. And hopefully we're getting some more quotes on the rest of the system. And hopefully it should all be in tune with each other. So that concludes my report.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Mays. From the Administrative Committee, I just want to let you know that about the public transportation, rural transportation. This has been quite a drawn-out process, and several of us attended Ford County Board meeting on Monday night. Iroquois was on board with passing the IGA as we have tonight, and Ford had some questions and some concerns, but Alina Hartley our executive director, was there to make a presentation, and I'm very thankful that she was, as their board chair is. He texted me that after the meeting, and after it was explained to them, they've now got on board, so we're able to move forward. We've sent out, which is somewhat of an RFP, I guess, for service organizations now, and service providers, I should say. So we'll see how that comes back. We've got the process moving along. I think IDOT is happy about that. And certainly Senator Balkema and Representative Bunning, I know, are pleased with that. They've been a part of this, and so that's good news. So I just want to let you know we're trying to not disrupt the service for our rural residents and the most needy people a lot of times in our county, and actually for the 3 counties. So we're going to be the recipient here, and we've got a plan set up where both counties, or actually all 3 counties, will have 2 representatives on a committee that will meet and discuss how things are going to be done, and then we can they'll meet quarterly, and we'll have reports to our boards. And that didn't exist when we were in this process with McLean County. So the 3 other counties were kind of in limbo, didn't really know much about it. So I think this is going to be a much better system, and a lot of effort went into it. And again, I want to personally thank Alina for what she did the other night, as Chase McCaw from Ford County did too, because she did a great job, and we were able to get them to vote for that. So that's all I've got to say. Just moving along with rural transportation. So. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. All right. So seeing that, I'll move to public comment. So if anybody has any public comment, you have 3 minutes and 30 minutes overall.
I'd like to make a comment.
Okay. Ms. Ambrose, Linda, go ahead.
I guess I'm still learning things, as in tonight we learned that there was no discussion on a consent agenda. I would have said this then, but it most likely would not have made any difference. I did not vote for the consent agenda because I was not voting for Mr. McCarty to be appointed to the Zoning Board of Appeals, although I appreciate his willingness to step up and serve this county. Unfortunately, it seems to be a package deal that we gain Mr. McCarty and lose the chairman of the ZBA, Mrs. Huseman. Her term is up the 17th of this month, and Chairman Carley said in the Rules and Legislation Committee meeting that he's not going to reappoint her, although she has served responsibly for nearly 16 years. She has a law degree and, in my opinion, uses her skills to protect the interest of the Livingston County citizens. Even though we've had other appointees serve well past their expired terms, for some reason, Chair Carley wants her out now. Tonight, we approved the renewal of a Regional Planning Commission member's appointment that had expired clear last October of 2024. There have been others that have received unhurried reappointments a month or 2 late. When questioned at the Rules and Legislation Committee meeting on February 3rd, Chair Carley gave some reasons why he did not choose to reappoint her. In my opinion, and as an elected official, I think I'm still allowed one, I did not find the reasons credible. I also questioned the board chair whether this was a good time to switch out a ZBA member who was familiar with the duties and responsibilities for a new person that would just be getting his feet wet at a time when we are in the middle of a ZBA hearing on a large wind facility coming into Livingston County that has opposition. Mr. McCarty has been attending the hearings on an informational basis. Why are we removing a member knowledgeable of ZBA regulations if we are looking out for all citizens of Livingston County, not just those who will benefit financially from the turbine project? In my opinion, it's an unwise move. It seems we are cherry-picking who we want on the ZBA. We already have a union member, a supervisor whose township benefits from turbines in his township, and now we want to appoint a person who works for a company that hauls rock to these wind farms. Again, a financial interest and a possible conflict. At a committee meeting last year, I remember a board member suggesting that we should post on our website and on our Facebook page that we need interested people to serve. This has not been done. Again, the cherry picking of who we want. We do have an application form online, but that isn't getting the word out that we need citizens to step forward and be on these boards. To close, in public comment at the Rules and Legislation Committee meeting, a constituent spoke on the fraternization he's witnessed between some ZBA members and some county board members at the wind farm hearings. They are seen coming out of side rooms after conferring with each other or speaking to the developer or the developer's lawyer. Many times it seems like government is repetitious and slow to act. Our framers of the Constitution made it that way so that no legislation could be slipped through quickly without full review by all. Our many levels of county government, the Regional Planning Commission, the Zoning Board of Appeals, and lastly the County Board, elected by the citizens to represent them, are all separate entities meant to protect the people. They should remain separate and individual in their thoughts and actions. Since Mrs. Huseman's denied reappointment and Mr. McCarty's appointment seem to be a package deal, that's why I voted no. Just because it's within the purview of the board chair to do this, it doesn't mean he should do it. In my opinion, I don't feel this action is in the best interest of the Livingston County citizens. I hope he or board members will reconsider and reappoint Mrs. Huseman along with appointing Mr. McCarty.
Thank you. Becca?
We all agree the statute reads that it's the Chairman Carley's decision with advice and consent of the Falk County Board to appoint members to the Zoning Board of Appeals. However, it's my opinion that this appointment is both imprudent and bad practice in the middle of a highly provocative hearing. The Zoning Board of Appeals should consist of appointed members who possess a deep understanding of zoning laws and local governance, ensuring that decisions are made fairly and within the legal framework established by the state and county law. Understanding, the role of Zoning Board of Appeals is essential for residents and property owners alike. By clarifying their purpose and the importance of their decisions, communities can foster a more informed public discourse and strengthen the foundation upon which local governance operates. Zoning boards of appeals in Illinois are typically structured to ensure a knowledgeable panel that can effectively address the complexities of zoning issues. The selection process for ZBA members is typically designed to ensure that appointees possess relevant qualifications and expertise in fields such as urban planning, law, or local governance, thereby promoting informed decision-making on zoning matters. The role of zoning boards must also respond to the evolving values of society. Increasingly, communities are placing a greater emphasis on sustainability, inclusivity, and public engagement. Therefore, Zoning Board of Appeals in Illinois have the responsibility to reflect these concepts in their decision-making processes. By prioritizing public participation and community outreach, these boards can foster a more transparent environment that encourages dialogue between residents, developers, and local leaders. ZBA hearings are also held to ensure the citizens' right to due process. This right is established in both the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution and Article I Bill of Rights of the Illinois Constitution. Anything that can cast doubt on the fairness in this process could not only jeopardize any particular case, but cast doubt on the process by the citizens of the county. Mr. McCarty, I felt weird calling you Mr. McCarty. Jerry, I've known you a long time. Jerry did attend a few ZBA hearings at the request of Chairman Carley. However, it has taken me years of study and attendance at ZBA hearings to understand the process. This county does not have official training for potential ZBA members to my knowledge, nor is there ongoing training to address changes in laws and evolving values of society. I'm sure Mr. McCarty wants to do a good job for this county as a member of the ZBA. I'm also sure he is willing to learn the importance of this appointment, state and local laws and codes, and the due process component of this position. However, I was going to vote no. However, at this time, since we are in the middle of a zoning case that is extremely important to the citizens of this county, I was going to vote no on this appointment at this time. However, I would reconsider my vote should the chairman present this appointment after the current hearing has concluded. On another note, I would just like to give a shout out to the executive assistant, Jordan, for all your great work on the website. You've been very, very businesslike to work with, and I really appreciate all the hard work that you did.
Thank you. Anyone else?
For those who don't know me, Tom Kolasic from Dwight Township. Last week I did speak out against what was going on as far as ZBA and what I was seeing. I am the one who has seen these board members here interacting with ZBA members in an inappropriate manner, and that's the optics. That's what I see. Remember, the ZBA is supposed to be a separate board non-prejudiced, and unbiased, and I do not see that. What I see here kind of reminds me of what we see in Chicago. Mayor Johnson, let's just dismiss all the people from the school board and put my people in there. We see it in Springfield with their own Speaker of the House. What I saw tonight with that consent agenda, shame on all of you. Each item should have been discussed separately, not as one package. We don't gut bills and throw things in together to ramrod them through. It should be discussed openly and in public for everyone here to see and listen to and understand what's going on. And once again, public comment should be at the beginning of the meeting. The people come first. You have we the people, for the people, by the people, responsive government. Your organizational chart shows the people being above the board, yet where are we on the agenda? At the bottom, after all the decisions are made. Some will say you shouldn't take into account what we say to make your decision. Well, that's not a representative government, is it? People should have a voice, and you folks are elected to listen to us. We might not always agree, but you should be reaching out and listening to the people of this county. And I'm asking all of you, I understand with the legalities, attorneys, I didn't elect, well, I won't see him now, but he's our state's attorney, but I didn't elect him to serve me on this board. I understand you have to take into account what an attorney will tell you in his opinion, but like I said before in the earlier meeting, 3 attorneys can give you 5 different opinions, but then you guys have to make the very tough decision on your own. And don't hide behind the attorney, but stand up and make a decision. That's why we elected you. Please put the people of this county first, and not your own personal motives have to come second. Don't stack boards. Make everything public. There should have been public opinion and public comment and the whole debate of people being appointed by the county board chairman, and then a vote by everybody. Roll call. I believe that's the rules you should change. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you. Anyone else? Public comment? Seeing none, I'll take a motion.
Motion to go into executive session pursuant to 5 ILCS 122C11 pending litigation.
Motion by Fannin, second by Blackard. All in favor? Roll call.
Roll call.
Yeah, sorry, roll call.
Manker,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Fannin,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vietti,
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Berkman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Harley,
Yes.
Weller, Ritter,
Yes.